One of the most challenging part of working on the game with an episodic format was to create those two characters in a way that would really appeal to the player. So when you arrive to this final choice at the end of episode 5, if you wanted this final choice to work, we really needed the player to grow to love Chloe, to really get attached to Chloe. So two of the biggest challenge was, of course, the writing and the voice acting to make that happen.
Of course, the story was written as a whole since the beginning, so we couldn't change massive stuff, but small details could be added, a line of dialogue for a character, or episode 3 when you visit Kate in the hospital, and it wasn't supposed to be here, but we've seen how people loved Kate, and we realized how much it was important to have a scene like this one.
It's a way of finding the voice of the character. So sometimes you just need to think about expressions or words that one character will use and the other won't use it, and that's how you grow to like those characters. Because when in episode 3 or 4, Chloe at the moment use the word Hela, the players were waiting sometimes for it, and they recognize that, okay, it's Chloe because she's using that.
So we're working with Blind Light in Los Angeles, and they sent us a lot of different voices to listen to them, and we have to decide. So we decided with Michel, Sebastian, and the producer, and Square, which one we want. So it was quite difficult. For example, for Max, we've got like 40, I think.
Yes, I guess we got
40
voices. Different castings.
For Chloe, it was 30, I think, something like that.
Most of the time, we were quite sure and quite agreeing on the actor. It was really hard for Max, because it's always on our mind, like, are we really sure that we are doing the good choice? Because it's so important. I don't know the number of lines she has in the game, but it's almost, I think that there is almost 14,000 lines in the game, and I think that more than 10,000 are from Max.
I've never played a character that I related to so much. I have a lot of the same issues that she does with her confidence, and so getting to play someone that seemed so similar to me was really an extraordinary experience. I really feel like I'm growing with her.
We'll help you. Just let me go. And
the fun story is for Jefferson. The guy we choose is Derek Phillips, and after we choose him, I discovered that he was Derek Phillips, and he's actually playing one of the main recurring character in the show Friday Night Lights, which is one of my favorite TV shows.
Well, this has just been really fun for me, especially coming from the standpoint where, when I auditioned for the role, I wasn't sure if Jefferson was going to be the bad guy in this. So, you just kind of came in and we would do our voiceover sessions, and he was just a cool teacher. So it was kind of neat to find out about this twist. I mean, I'd kind of heard that might happen, but I didn't know for sure if it would. So it was really, really fun to play with that.
So we are really proud and happy to have Anna and Ashley for Max and Chloe. All the voice talents we've worked with were really involved. They've given something unique to those characters, and that's why it has worked also. It's because there is a part of their soul inside their character.
For Hannah, for Max, one of the hardest parts is that there is so many lines of inner voices. So it was really important for Hannah to give something great for those, and I think it was quite the case. And for Ashley, one of the really hard part is that there is and for Hannah too, there is a lot of really emotional scenes.
I really wanted to sell the moments, and I was putting pressure on myself to make certain moments, like with Rachel, lots of the moments that happen in episode 4. I really wanted them to feel real.
And I'm constantly on this roller coaster, so I had to figure out how to harness those feelings so that I could use them to illustrate what Max is going through.
I remember during the voice recording session, for example, for the scene where they are discovering Rachel's body, it was really hard, even just for myself, to listen to the scene, and they told me after that they were, both of them were really crying when they were recording this scene.
We knew already how we wanted to end each episode, but after we take a lot of time to discuss about how, and to think about the editing and the framing, the layout of each scene.
The endings of each episode. That was something really important, of course, because it's an episodic game, so the ending is crucial if we want, of course, the player to enjoy the episode and to want to come back for the next episode. So I think we looked a lot at also what can be done in TV series, because with the episodic format we were kind of the same way. At the end of an episode, you want either to bring back some element of the story, so in order to hook the player, or you can use a cliffhanger. And I think that we did both of that, depending on the episodes. And right now this is the ending for episode 2.
Here the episode 1 and episode 2 endings are not the same, but it's the idea behind was really to show all the characters of the games, all the main characters, and showing that there is maybe something more going on.
Yeah.
And in episode 1, for example, we even show some characters you haven't met already in episode 1, Joyce and Frank.
Yeah.
And you will find them back here at the end of episode 2 in small scenes. And we really wanted those in episode 1 and 2, those ends to be like a wide description of all the characters and all what's going on, and also showing other aspects of each character. For example, seeing David on the with his head on the shoulder of Joyce, seeing Victoria and Nathan in Victoria's room, seeing the principal and Jefferson arguing. This is kind of small hints that maybe will push the player to want to see more.
Because this is basically the only moments where we are seeing those characters when Max is not seeing them.
Exactly.
And so we can just bring a bit more. We are not telling too much. We are just bringing a bit more on those characters, a bit of sort of mystery. And this goes with the idea that everybody might be hiding something or might be a bit different, right? Like Victoria here with we can see her crying when clearly this was not the way her character would behave before. And having Nathan going into her room, we don't know what's happening between the two of them, but it's still bringing a bit of mystery and interest for the characters, for the player. When we worked on the cliffhangers for episodes 3 and 4, of course our goal was still to have a twist. We were really trying to go on with what was important for the story and not just having the shock factor.
Maybe just want to thank you for all the gifts, all the support we have from you.
Yes.
And thank you very much to be so active and so passionate about the game, and we're really happy to see that those characters and this story and those themes means something also for you. This is why we are doing games, so we're really happy, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really think that you are one of the best community we've seen for games.
I'm going to cry, Michel.
Yeah, and this community is really nice. I didn't see a lot of bad words. You know, sometimes in video games community can go easily wrong, and it was it's really pleasant to read and to read everything that the Life is Strange community has to say.